Schoolhouse Rock ushered in an age of the most fun interstitial programs for children in the U.S. The series premiered in January of 1973 on ABC with the pilot episode, Multiplication Rock, and had a straight run until 1984, with a total of 5 seasons comprising 45 episodes. The show was revived a decade later with its 6th season, which featured a mix of old and new episodes and lasted until 1996. Later, in 2009, the 7th season was made for direct-to-video release. The idea behind Schoolhouse Rock was the clever brainchild of advertising executive David McCall, who noticed something everyone knew but couldn't innovate on: the fact that children are quick to pick up songs but take ages in learning multiplication tables. After the idea came to McCall, he hired Bob Dorough to write a catchy song that would help kids learn tables, and illustrator Tom Yohei at the agency McCaffrey and McCall created visuals. That's how the pilot episode, 3 is a Magic Number, was conceived and designed. And the rest, as they say, is history. McCall decided to make it into a TV series, and ABC's then Vice President, Michael Eisner, and cartoon direction head, Chuck Jones, decided to bring on Schoolhouse Rock to the channel. The pilot episode initially aired in 1971, but the series continued almost a year and a half later in 1973. Let's go over some fun facts about Schoolhouse Rock, which makes it abundantly clear that not all children's shows are all they seem. The Naked Lady in the Shot Heard Round the World. In the last decade or two, technology has allowed users to pause and go over scenes repeatedly, which has raised a lot of questions about unseemly figures, dialogue, and lyrics in animations and other children's content, which had previously gone unnoticed. Such is the case with Schoolhouse Rock as well. At the end of The Shot Heard Round the World, we see a diverse group of people huddled together to form the U.S. map. While the scene seems innocent enough, a closer look will have you reeling. It seems someone decided the lady to the west at the southern edge of California would look best in her birthday suit. To be fair, the naked woman does blend in and is hardly noticeable unless you know where to look. But it makes you wonder why someone would want to have a naked lady in a children's animated show in the first place. Let's go over some interesting facts about Schoolhouse Rock you may not know. One particularly interesting one is about an episode ABC kept delaying out of fear it might anger the wrong people and eventually threaten the renewal of their broadcasting license. Keep watching to learn what the episode was about and why ABC was worried. And before we go ahead, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon to keep updated with our latest content. Golden Book's videotaped version of Schoolhouse Rock was hideous. When it comes to creative content, it's common for artists and creators to get upset when unapproved changes are added to the final cut. The case with the new and modified version of Schoolhouse Rock available on tape was something along those lines. Golden Book Video altered the format to make it look more suitable for a taped version, hiring actor Cloris Leachman to sing in some parts. But the show's creators didn't think the new version was an improvement. On the contrary, they slammed it hard, saying some of the new content was inappropriate and of poor quality, and by saying Leachman, who introduces each segment by singing, hideous. Ouch. How the idea for Schoolhouse Rock was conceived. McCall, who was president of McCaffrey and McCall Advertising at the time, was on vacation in Wyoming when he observed his son struggling with multiplication tables, much like many other children. But he also realized his son had no difficulty remembering lyrics to a Rolling Stones track. That's when he came up with the idea for Schoolhouse Rock. Once he was back in the office, he got the ball rolling by hiring Bob Dorough and roping in Tom Yohei from the agency's in-house team. Schoolhouse Rock made LYNN AHRENS' career. LYNN AHRENS is an acclaimed writer for theater, TV, and film, with several awards to her name for famous productions, such as Ragtime, Anastasia, Little Dancer, and A Christmas Carol. While AHRENS is successful today, her story is one of humble beginnings. She was hired as a copywriter and secretary at McCaffrey and McCall after college, and she would bring her guitar to the office to practice during breaks. During one of these practice sessions, producer George Newell noticed her and suggested she try writing a song for Schoolhouse Rock. The preamble, one of the show's most famous tunes, was written by AHRENS. Creators decided to turn to family for minor voiceover parts. Several Schoolhouse Rock episodes feature the creators' children as voiceover artists for a line or two here and there. The episode Interjections features Yohei's son as Reginald and daughter as the cute girl in the end, while Yohei himself did a couple of parts in another episode. Dorough voiced 3 generations in one episode. In the episode Lolly Lolly Lolly, Get Your Adverbs Here, Dorough voiced all 3 generations himself. If you're wondering how he managed to pull that off, it's simple. The speed of his vocals was altered to create a difference in pitch for the desired effect. The music for Figure 8 was so good, it almost didn't make the cut. When Doro created the music for the episode Figure 8, his wife felt it was too good to be on the show. So he created a few other tunes, but as luck may have it, none of the new tunes were well received. As a result, he decided to go ahead with the original tune. If you've heard the music, you'll probably agree it was good. But contrary to what Doro's wife felt, we think it sounded great on Schoolhouse Rock. Many episodes featured the creators' names. Many episodes on Schoolhouse Rock feature the creators' names. For instance, in the episode Lucky 7 Samson, the graffiti on the wall features a few creators' names with a twist. For example, Phil Kimmelman was Funky Phil. In another instance, in the episode The Preamble, the entire crew got a mention on the polling booth. Animator Sal Filance decided to give it a funny twist and make sure the cartoons voted for him and Newell. The show's creators also had a more visual representation in another episode. The episode Good 11 features several of the show's creators' cartoon versions, including Newell and Yohei. Doro played a big part in Schoolhouse Rock's success. Right from the pilot episode to Schoolhouse Rock's many seasons, Doro was an integral part of the production process. Not only did he create the music for many episodes, he also wrote the lyrics and performed the songs. He even received a Grammy nomination for the evergreen music of Multiplication Rock. Schoolhouse Rock launched Doro as an acclaimed composer, songwriter, and producer. Once it ended, he continued working as a songwriter, producer, and vocalist with multiple artists over the years. In his later life, he toured Europe and did occasional work for children's content, such as Custard and Mustard and Christmas Feet. Schoolhouse Rock was a success right off the bat. Schoolhouse Rock was a hit with audiences from day one. Over the course of 7 seasons, the show won 4 Emmys in recognition for excellent work. The success was exceptionally great because what they created was not only entertaining, but useful. Creators Yohei and Newell even claimed that government groups requested copies of I'm Just a Bill for training programs. In addition, a couple of medical schools even asked for copies of Telegraph Line for use in training first-year medical students. If that doesn't count as success, we don't know what does. Bank Street School of Education vetted Schoolhouse Rock's songs. One usually assumes creating children's content is a cakewalk, but in reality, it's far from it. One of the main challenges creators faced was correctly estimating whether a concept was actually easy for kids to grasp. To solve this problem, a consultant from the Bank Street School of Education was roped in for an opinion. The official process for content creation on Schoolhouse Rock included songwriters pitching an idea to the creative team. Once the idea was approved, the lyrics were sent to a consultant at the Bank Street School of Education. Once the consultant gave the nod, ABC would have a look at it, after which the animation part began. Schoolhouse Rock was originally meant to be Scholastic Rock. Now that you come to think of it, Scholastic Rock does sound better than Schoolhouse Rock, but the creators had no option in the matter. The publication house Scholastic Inc. was not happy about its name being borrowed and got its lawyer to take action. So the show's creators decided on Schoolhouse Rock instead. But the publishing company retained its original name, Scholastic Rock Inc. Timing was crucial for three-ring government. As anyone would agree, the best way to capture children's interests and ensure they understand you when explaining complex topics is to break them down into small, easy-to-understand parts. And that's what Schoolhouse Rock did best. But this created problems in the case of the three-ring government episode. The creators compared the government to a circus with 3 rings, with a number of other references to keep it exciting and entertaining. For instance, they called the president the ringmaster. ABC was worried authorities would not take kindly to being compared to a circus, so they delayed the episode's release for a long time. After all, any offense would directly impact their broadcast license renewal. Schoolhouse Rock was such a great idea. Its brilliance is evidenced by how many of us still remember the preamble to the U.S. Constitution, something most of us who haven't watched the show can't claim. In fact, even though the show has been off the air for a while, many parents have been smart in showing their kids the videos to help them grasp certain concepts more easily. The catchy jingles, entertaining animation, and smart thinking behind breaking down complex concepts into easy ideas all make Schoolhouse Rock a spectacular show for children even today. If you haven't watched a single jingle yet, we suggest you fix that right away. If you're looking for recommendations for your kids, try Preamble or Conjunction Junction. What's more surprising to you, that kids still like it today, or that one of the creator's wife almost made him keep music off of it for being too good? Let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos.